Giving double honor to the apostle Elder's great millstone, peace and blessings, the best pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala. All right, again, we got things going on in this world. We here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is known as the United States of America. As you people been seeing, as we've been speaking about, this place is falling. Here it is, you got just 5 years ago, $1, that dollar today is now worth $1.25. That's 25% inflation. The mirth of this land is gone according to Isaiah. You niggas, that's all you niggas. All right, time. That's all you niggas talk about is, man, back in 2016. Now niggas are saying back in 2020. This how fast the time, the Lord said the day shall be cut short. The time flying by so fast, a nigga reminiscing about yesterday. Everything you people only, you can't have it no more. This ain't 1999, you get a 2-bedroom for $500. You ain't no more dollar menu for 2014. That's all the nigga talking about is how it used to be. Guess what? We talking about how it's gonna be in the kingdom to come. I can shit off with y'all precepts.
I got something while you doing that. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, that great is fallen. It is become the habitations of devils.
Well, what is Babylon? Like I said earlier, Babylon, which you got a couple names in scriptures. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon. That's all talking about the United States of America. And to give you a good history, actual Babylon was never destroyed, like the scripture said. So that's how we know Babylon is just a code name for a future captivity, which today it is America, the United States of America. Because the old Babylon was never destroyed by fire. It was never destroyed, as the scripture would say. So we know, the scriptures don't lie, we know that Babylon got to be something else, which I'm going to keep saying is the United States of America. Right?
Can somebody go to Isaiah 13 and prove that? Well, I can prove the point real quick. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right, so if you know the history of Sodom and Gomorrah, what happened? The Lord opened up the firmament, the Shemaiah, and he rained fire and brimstone upon that place. Okay, so did that happen to ancient Babylon? No. It's going to happen to the United States of America, and we see it playing out through prophecy, man. You know, all these nations gathering together to war against the United States of America. Because America is always in the mix of everything, because Babylon controls the whole entire planet Earth, man. All right,
This is it. It says, verse 2 again, and he cried, Revelations 18 and 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, Babylon, like I said again, is the United States of America. Your so-called suburbs, where the house costs $180,000 with 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. They got a movie theater room. You know, all that shit. That shit ain't gonna exist soon to be. Soon to come, that place ain't gonna exist. It's gonna be a fucking desert with fucking lizards, fucking vultures, everything, the hateful bird, them things like the brother just read. All of that stuff is gonna be, it's not gonna exist no more. Yo, fucking Beyond Juicy Eatery. your Pinecrest, your local movie theater, wherever you go to have fun, do fun, your local club, which is on every goddamn corner, your gun store, your fucking liquor store, which is on every corner. That shit not gonna be there no more. It's gonna be a barren desert. Yo, skyscrapers from downtown. Every city got a downtown with skyscrapers. That shit not even gonna be standing no more. It ain't gonna be like the Planet of the Apes where the Statue of Liberty still. No, the Lord gonna take this motherfucker all the way down. It's not gonna be a fucking remnant of this place.
It says,
when you think of Babylon the Great, they're gonna say that's where the Israelites got delivered from. They're not gonna talk about the Statue of Liberty. They're not gonna talk about our captivities. They're gonna say, damn, that's where the Lord delivered the Israelites from.
that's right. Revelation chapter 18 and 3 again. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Hey, yeah, you fucking nations, we ain't forget about you. Even we here right now. While we was here we was living rent to rent. While we was here eating fucking hamburgers and hot dogs and 30% bread. What the fuck is 30% bread? While we was going through that, you niggas was living it up. That's what the Lord said, Arabia shall not pitch tent here no more. While the fucking mother is sick, when the fucking father was dead or locked up, when y'all was giving her fucking 60% beef hot dogs, when y'all was living off that motherfucker, when y'all was living off of us, yeah, cause that's what these nations, they want to say, the white man treat the black man bad. You niggas living off of it too.
I got equipment.
The fucking Moabites, you Chinese and fucking all you fucking heathens. You got fucking Jake living rent to rent, buying $1,500 phones, and y'all telling them this what you gotta have to be cool. But Jake ain't got clean water and Flint, but they got fucking $1,200 phones because y'all forcing it on them. Y'all telling them this what they gotta be. Y'all hand in hand with the fucking devil, and we gonna make sure y'all serve with that nigga in the kingdom.
Con.
Shit, going back to the Isaiah chapter 13, the brother got the verse 19, but I want to keep reading because Brother got a point to what the brother was reading, that this place gonna be a wasteland. Because all of the things that the brother just named is gonna be the fuel or the fire for the Lord to have the excuse and a good reason to put you down, man. It says Isaiah 13 and verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds take their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert, like the brother was saying, it's gonna be a wasteland. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses. Well, that was the point. It's going to be wild beasts and vile creatures that's going to be dwelling there. Because the scriptures tell you that that place that burneth forever, which we know, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures use parables. It's not going to be burning literally forever. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be burning for a long time, meaning eventually when that fire dies down, it's just going to be a straight up wasteland where vile creatures dwell, man. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be, you know what I'm saying, the end all be all of what America is. You know what I'm saying? After all is said and done, it's gonna be straight up desert land with just lizards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Crows and.
You know, because he's talking about the Arabian picture tent. He's talking about the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, man. You know, because everywhere you go in the Israelite community, you see so-called Arabs posted up at the corner store, the gas station. What are they doing? They're the ones that's making you more even. They're helping you being oppressed. You know, they overcharge you for certain items. You know, you buy something from them, like say you just mentioned the iPhone and shit. You buy it from them. A couple hours after you leave the bitch don't even fucking work.
Yeah.
So now you just spent all this money. When you spent all this money, now he ain't giving you no refund. You know what I'm saying? He not giving you no refund. And now you just assed out, bro. So you Ishmaelites, it said don't hand join in the hand. You know, you're not gonna be unpunished, man. All you need is gonna suffer the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua too, man.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because you got you got these Ishmaelites, you got the Assyrian, the Assyrian, you got all those, they a mixed multitude over here in the Middle East. And they come here, and what they do is they send one cousin, one uncle, one brother, and that nigga run it up. And when they say his beasts are done, he go back home, they send the next cousin, next brother. Yeah. And what they won't tell you is back in the day, they used to tax the fuck out of the so-called black man. When he opened up his corner store, that nigga had to pay 60% tax on his shit. He can't even pay his own rent. But then they let the fucking, those Middle Eastern sand bastards, they let y'all come over here and run y'all business tax-free. That's why Scripture said they gonna mourn when Babylon be destroyed, because they used to come over here and they was eating good. Jake opened up a business here, he gonna get taxed. Literally, he's gonna get taxed.
Well, shit, he might not even get the chance to open up a business, bro. See, the only way Jake can open up the business, he's not gonna get a loan from the bank. Nope. So what you gotta do? You gotta, hey, Jake's only option is to get it out the streets, man. That's why you see the guy who probably owns Sunset Kitchen. Think he went and got a loan for that? No, he went out the streets and got that shit, bro. And bought that building under somebody else's name, bro. And that's why Esau is trying to bring in a new system to where he controls where every dollar goes, man. He wants to see how you got this money, how you able to afford this shit, bro.
And well, that's why in Psalms 83 it talks about the nations that are confederate against us, right? With the chief nation being Esau, Edom, and then you have the rest of the heathen that are aligning with the sales to eat for their benefit. All right, so you got the Ishmaelites and the Moabites and the Ammonites, you know, different tribes of the Hamites, right? All these nations are confederate against the Israelites, man, to keep them down. You got that too? No, you got it. Go ahead.
I got one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 2. All right, Kyle, I'll start at verse 1.
Psalms, the second chapter 2.
I'll start at verse 1, 64 and verse 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity."
Yeah, because that's King David, right?
Yep.
When King David was talking, you know, you got to think King David was going through a lot in that time period. He had a lot more enemies than he had allies. He had enemies at home, he had enemies abroad, far off, and we in the spirit of David. Even right now, hey, I understand. Hey, I'm in the spirit. I don't control whether I die today or tomorrow. A fucking your so-called Japanese man, same nigga I spend $6 to buy sardines at his store, nigga might gun me down because he think I'm stealing. Whole time I didn't have no pockets. You have examples of that all over the scriptures. Our enemies, they plot on us all day long. They tell us, yes, friend, come over here. You they friend when you spending money with them, but let you want to build up your own community like we doing right now. I ain't talking about no goddamn put a bank in the black community. I ain't talking about that type of shit. I'm talking about telling our people to get right with the Lord. When you say the name Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, which make the heathen tremble, they don't want to hear that. You had a fucking billionaire hopped out on the, I don't say I'm a billionaire, but he was a very strong so-called Edomite, so-called white man. He was an Edomite. He hopped out on the apostles and said, how do y'all know about this? We paid millions, billions for y'all not to learn this. The Spirit helped us learn it. These fucking heathens, this all they do at those summit meetings when Trump say, hey man, I want the vote for the blacks. When the camera cut off, he say, you gotta make sure them niggas stay in the ghetto on Section 8. You gotta make sure them niggas stay on. You gotta make sure them niggas stay on cheese and rice. Yeah. Make sure we put extra chemicals in their food. No Whole Foods in the hood. Only corner stores. Why? Because they know they gotta keep us down to destroy us. They gotta keep us in the mindset that we need them. They say these devils is wiser than Daniel. They did a research of the scriptures. They know when we come back to the Lord, it's over for them. That's why it's a Christianity church on every corner. That's why you get a car dealership on every different hood. Because they know the things that keep us away from the Lord is what? Carnal shit. But that's what David said, keep them away from them things. And we in that same spirit. If I gotta lose it all to stay with the Lord, then so be it.
It says, verse 3, Psalm 64 and verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at, it says, that they may shoot in secret at, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say,
Snares and traps.
they say, who shall see them?
Nah, it's the spirit, bro. These fucking, again, we going in on you goddamn heathen. And I pray and hope one of you fucking niggas, one of you Negroes, one of you Latinos, y'all understand this message. These people ain't your friend. You buy a fucking Chevrolet Equinox from them, you know what they do? They laugh and say, we got that nigga. We put all type of old parts in that motherfucker. They laugh at you. That's what they think about you. They laugh at you. These niggas, they not your friends. 2/3 of our nation not our friends. What more for the so-called heathen that said, let us cast their bonds asunder. You go to work with these motherfuckers and they laugh at you. They go home to their wife and say, hey, we got those niggers again. I didn't do anything at work today, honey. I made this nigga do it all. And I gave him $20 an hour and told him, good job, nigga.
Oh, okay, I seen the video. This is years ago, bro. It was a Jake. He was working with an old ass Edomite. And I think he did like 3 or 4 hours of work. And he only paid him $10.
Oh, yeah.
That shit, yeah. So it's like Jake got so upset that he actually got physical with him and shit. Because Esau, he's not trying to pay you what you. That's why he make you wait 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? When the scriptures say you're supposed to get paid before the sun go down.
That's right.
So this man actually, Jake did 3 or 4 hours of work. This man said, here's $10 for you. And you know Jake in a fucked up situation, bro. Jake, that $10 is probably gonna go to Jake gas tank or probably some food. It ain't even enough to cover a fucking bill, man.
That's not a day's wages.
So he worked for $3 an hour.
Right.
That's madness, bro.
I got one. This is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And right, so the children of Israel and the children of Judah, meaning the northern and southern kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Oppressed together. All the northern and southern kingdom going through this lack of wages, man. Like the brother said, you're supposed to get your wage before the sun set, man. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you know, this devil gonna give you a week from now, you know what I'm saying? But your fucking light bill due right now, man.
Somebody grab the word oppression in the blue letter and just find a definition for it. Because with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom being oppressed together, other than Egypt, which when he wrote that, it was Egypt had already passed, so that's why he said it would happen this time. We're talking about this time period. We're seeing it right now. You got the ICE, they running up on niggas. An old job I had, a nigga called me and said, yeah, them niggas had to hide in the back room. Imagine being in behind, not a back room, but imagine standing between the walls, the foundation of a house, praying, and I hope these niggas leave so I can get back to work. So I need this money for my family.
Right.
You gotta stand in between the insulation of a wall, just so you don't get deported back home, which it ain't really home, but just so you don't get deported, you gotta think, you got Alcatraz, the alligator Alcatraz. Before you get deported, you going to that motherfucker or something close to it. They not just putting nigga on the plane and give them a good old ride home. No, nigga, you gonna stay in America. You gonna suffer before we send you home.
They fucking saying, even they was putting so-called Haitians on the plane. You see that? It was, they ended up missing. You know what I'm saying? This is a wicked and unrighteous nation, man. This is a wicked and unrighteous country, man. And it is not meant for you Israelites to survive. It's not meant for you to survive here, man. Everything is against you, man. Nigga Tupac said against all odds, man. You know, this is the state of an Israelite, man, specifically the men. Because the Lord is only dealing with men.
Bring the verse back.
Okay.
You got the word, bring the word.
All right, this is the word for oppressing, the blue letter. It's Asak. Strong's 86231. It says, to press upon, oppress, violate, defraud, do violence, get deceitfully, wrong, extort. Right? It says,
That's the definition of devil. Deception. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, this system gives you an illusion, you know, of prosperity. When all you're doing is digging yourself a deeper ditch, man. And
Right.
Esau's graveyard, man.
that's right.
You got it up.
Yeah, in the Strong's definition, it says, the same thing, to press upon, defraud, violate, get deceitfully. Oh, what's that scripture? He that getteth,
Yeah, it's at Sirach 10.
yeah.
Richard got by deceit.
That's right. That's the richest guy by the sea. All right, so I'm gonna bring the verse back. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go."
And they was oppressed together. Like I said, we seeing that right now. You got the other kingdom, they being so-called deported. Cause I ain't seen no fucking plane going back to Mexico. I ain't seen no boat go back that way. Every time I look at the news, it's going up our way. And you also got the southern kingdom. They being oppressed because you got Haiti, which is they claim it's the poorest country in the world because of the sanctions that British got on it. You got the so-called the French, that's what it is. And then you got the Benjamites, which they got down. They can't really export or import anything because of they're right next to America. And before you sell anything to Jamaica, you would sell it to the United States. They're gonna take it. And then you got the so-called Judites, which they spread all throughout the United States of America. Everywhere you see where they at, it's the hood. Even in New York, the capital of the fucking country, they live in 300-story high projects. They don't even allow them niggas downtown. They being oppressed, like if you go to word, it will say violence upon. If you take your ass to the wrong neighborhood, they gonna say, nigga, what are you doing here? What are you don't, I know you don't live here. You might live there. They're gonna say, nigga, I know you don't live here. I'm calling the police. Before you can move to a residency, they're gonna put their knee on your neck and suffocate your ass. They gonna goddamn, now you done been in jail a weekend. Now when you been in jail for a weekend, you done lost your job.
Right.
But now you gotta.
Then you call your boss and tell him what happened. He don't give a fuck.
No mercy.
None.
You oppressed at every turn. A nigga buy a smoothie, guess what? They give your ass the old walnuts. At every turn here, you oppressed. You buy a car, they give your ass the older car. It might be two exact same cars. Nigga, you getting the one that's fucked up. We know you gonna be back. That's their mindset.
Yeah.
That's that perpetual hatred of Esau and Edom. This nigga will destroy himself to destroy you. And the sooner y'all realize that, the sooner y'all be in a better mind state.
This is First Maccabees. This is First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom? I'm sick of you niggas, man. I'm sick of all you niggas on your motorcycles. I can't wait till the Lord comes and burn up all your motorcycles and your loud cars with speakers, all that bullshit. You should be right here listening to the word. Fuck this place. First Maccabees chapter 2 and 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Hey, cause that's the spirit, cause a nigga favorite thing to say is, what about the Ishmaelites? What about Japheth? Only the so-called white, what about the white man? He didn't do all bad. Well, the scriptures say, even when he do it good, it be not of him.
That's right.
Well, which one of these niggas gave you a break? When you was fucking, I remember a time when you hit the light switch and the lights ain't come on. Which one of them fucking nations came and said, hey, here go the extra $5, man. I just bought a new Benz. Here go $10 to put your lights back on. Which one of them niggas came to help you? Which one of these, please tell me, when you was fucked up, when it was 8 cousins living in your house, which one of these nations said, man, let's just get this nigga extra $300 this week. I just bought a new house, here go $300 to help you guys out.
Let's give him a break on stuck on his rent, you know.
Show me, matter of fact, show me a time period in history when they came to help us out. When the Maccabean brothers was fighting, which one of the nations said, let's help the Israelites out? When King David was fighting for the 40 years of peace, which one of the nations came and said, we're going to stand by the Israelites? It's all right. Even with Daniel, when you think about Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar, even with Daniel, he showed him what his dreams meant. He showed him he had a power. He had a real living God. and they still threw him in the lion's den. The heathens ain't never stand with us. After time and time again, you know what? The heathens they not meant to stand by us. Them niggas they meant to serve us. And that time period is coming real soon. These niggas ain't meant to be our brothers. Get that shit out your mind, Jake. These niggas was at every chance they had to be over us. You know why Nebuchadnezzar, like Daniel, they can tell him what to do. That's what it really go back to. And Daniel was a wise man. Jake could read that story and say, Nebuchadnezzar, that was a good dog, man. He gave Daniel a hell of power. But he ain't never put Daniel over him, though. What about that?
I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Hey, because why? Because they saw the affliction of Zion, man. You know, and just like in Ezra the 4th chapter, they tried to frustrate our building, man. All right, because why? Because ultimately, like the brother's going into, this isn't for them, man. All right, and they hurt by that, man. You know, they got to enjoy their time, you know, that the Lord had gave them, you know, to rule, like it says in Ecclesiastes, that the Lord, you know, by time and chance, right? But ultimately, they're hurt because why? Because the people that they had in derision, had their foot on their necks, are going to be the ones that's going to be ruling forever, man. All right, so they're trying to get their shit out right now, man. All right, but none saith restore, man. They don't want to heal Israel because why? In Judah, it tells you that when the Israelites in their right mind, when they're obeying Yahweh Shemel Shai, there's nothing that you can do against them, man. It's over for everybody. So all the nations are conspiring, right, to keep the children of Israel down by what? By severing our bands and our cords with Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You got it, right?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Everything, all these laws ain't right. Hey, the Lord, He gave us 614 plus laws. This according to the Mosaic law, right? The first 5 books. So you got the whole books of these laws. The Lord gave us 614 laws. 13, right.
A legend.
Right. According to the first 5 books, right? It's right there, 613 plus. But then you go to the so-called Esau Edom. America only been around for 49 years. 49. This nigga got 4,000 plus laws that's continually changing.
Yeah.
Why are they continually changing? Because they're a snare to Jake.
Right.
You look at the gun laws. The gun laws here right now in Ohio, you got open carry. So that means you can have your gun, you can have that bitch, you can have your 30 clip hanging out your pocket, you can have it in your hand, you can have a fucking assault rifle on your back. But let you use that gun, and you didn't know the laws, what they gonna say is, but did you have gun training? Well, tell us. I remember somebody told me, they said, if you don't know how to use that gun, that open carry should go out the window. They gonna say, did you know to shoot him in the leg when he ran up on you? Or you killed him first? That's murder. You shot him in the back? That's murder. Jake think they could just have their gun out right now, and that nigga ran up on me, he turned around, I shot him in the back. Murder. That's them laws though, because you wouldn't know that. They just told you niggas, you went on Instagram, they told you to have your gun on you now. And that's what Jake running with. Or they told you niggas, child support, that's not constitutional. But you got 1 million niggas in jail behind fucking child support. So these laws, they continually flipping. I can't park right here. I can only park right here for free on the weekend. But it say what, 3 to 6 p.m.? But the police want to roll up on me right now and say, hey man, you can't park right here right now. What can I say? This is the oppressor. This the hammer of the earth. The laws is really the laws, whatever this nigga say. Because obviously, the nigga flipping the rules around every day. This nigga just got rid of fucking welfare. This nigga said they want to put a 2-year limit on Section 8 housing, which I'm not an advocate for Section 8 housing, but y'all niggas, your grandma has Section 8 housing. Now you niggas get 2 years to get on your feet. He flipped the rules around. Hey, the Lord said, I changed not. What is that? Micah 3 and 6. I changed not so that ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord don't change because He already know how Jake is. Jake needs stability. He needs sound rules. That's why niggas is in and out of jail every 3 months, because the rules are always changing. Who can keep up with this shit?
Y'all got,
I got one.
go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 21. It says, "My son, fear the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change." Because the brother just went into how they changed their laws constantly. They got, well, he said over 4,000 laws, and they continue to change them. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to understand, Jake. You're never going to get the yeah, you're not going to get it, bro. It's going to constantly change. Every time you think you're in a good scenario, they change the law.
Well, you had the rapper Glorilla before she was famous. She did 3 years in jail. So guess what she did? She stole a box of cereal when she was 16. Does that sound fucking good? When you steal something from somebody, you're supposed to pay them back sevenfold. You're supposed to pay them back twice as much what you sold. I can give you the sevenfold or it's twofold. But I know when you steal something, you're supposed to pay it back. If you steal my car and they send you to jail for 7 years, what the fuck do I benefit? I still don't got my car. And nigga, you can't pay me back because you sit in the jail cell eating canned green beans and a fucking Thanksgiving pork turkey. Pork turkey, a pork turkey. What the fuck is a pork turkey? This is what niggas eat in jail. But if you, like I said, our laws, the laws of the Bible say when somebody steals from you, they pay it back twofold.
Ain't no jail. Have you ever seen the Lord talk about you gonna put this person in jail for the crime they committed? No, they get judged right on the spot for what they did.
Right.
See, Esau uses jail as a way for you people to pay more taxes.
That's it, bro. And free labor.
Yeah, that's it. Free labor and taxes, bro. But guess what he does with your tax money? He gives it to the military, bro.
Or to those folks over there in Israel.
Yeah.
They get more money than anybody.
Yeah.
And by the way, the penitentiary system ain't nothing but modern day slavery.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a popular business. You see?
You got the, I remember when I was in maybe 9th grade or 10th grade, we watched this documentary called the 13th Amendment. You got when I advise brothers to go watch this on Netflix, the 13th Amendment. I remember that. I see that. Hell yeah. You got niggas in jail. They making 13 cents an hour, 50 cents an hour. And they working 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts. And they tilling the ground, they putting potato seeds in the ground, they farming strawberries. Because when you go into what a slave is, it's somebody who works for free or low wages. Niggas think slaves just work for free. No, it's also low wages. We would be considered slaves.
Yeah, when you mentioned we're employee, I believe in the Black's Law Dictionary, is another word for slave.
And don't forget too, that 13th Amendment was for when they emancipated quote unquote the slaves, they incorporated the 13th Amendment to put Jake in jail for loitering because they had nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So that was the 13th Amendment was they were legally allowed you to put you in slavery if you committed a crime.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, not to mention in that documentary, I'm trying to tell you, gotta watch the documentary. It said 90% of the world, 90% of the world that's incarcerated is in the United States of America. And guess what that percentage is? It's like 90% of that number is Negroes and Latinos. So all the men of our nation, they fucking locked up, making 50 cents an hour, fucking farming potatoes. I give a personal testimony. I had a job when I was about 19 years old. No, I think I was about 20, matter of fact, just turned 20. A nigga walked up to me and said he just did 20 years. And he did that 20, he started that bid when he was 17 years old. All he know is jail. From 17 to fucking, 37 or 38? All he know was jail. This nigga been in the field planting potatoes, picking cotton. Who knows what they had them niggas doing?
Hey, and even when Jake get out, they minds to the still jail.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They still, yep, exactly. They still got the mindset of kill or be killed, even out in the regular world, bro.
That comes from Esau.
Yep.
See, that's Esau's mindset. So when you go to these prisons, you become you develop the mentality of an Edomite, kill or be killed. Hey, that was his only option. You see what I'm saying? That was his only option when he was in the pit. You see what I'm saying? When he came up out of here, it was on. You know what I'm saying? My life is, nigga, it's my life. Get down or lay down.
Yeah.
That's the Edomite spirit.
Yeah.
Hey, just to add, one thing that you so-called Negro Latino Native Americans understand, you will go to jail for something like a gram or an ounce of weed, and now the shit legalized, but you're still in jail. Doing 20 and 30 years over an ounce of weed, but now you got motherfucking cannabis stations all over America and shit, man. That goes back to the metal not with them giving the change, because that was a law against the law to have that, and now it's legalized, so he can make money, so he can tax you, and you niggas stay in the cannabis stations now.
Well, you got a city out in Utah where all drugs are legal. It's nothing but fiends lined out.
Damn.
Well, wait a second. All drugs are legal. In my city, they not legal. I thought we was one nation, united for all.
Right.
All our rules ain't the same. Because he's given to change. Whatever benefit him in whatever area, hey, that's what he gonna do. This nigga's not the Lord. This nigga's our oppressor. And like I said again, once Jake realized that, we be as a nation, as the elect, really, we'll be in a better mindset as a whole, because this nigga not your friend. He gave you $500 a week and said, man, you works hard. I gave you this check. I told him to give it to you on Friday. I give it to you 2 days early, nigga. I gave it, bro. Nigga be like, man, I love Huntington. I got my $500 check 2 days early. I can't, bro.
And I'm gonna say this because this is important, because hey, Esau is a mad scientist, all right? We come up, if you was ever lived in the projects, what does the projects look like? The projects look like a fucking prison, man. All right, concrete brick walls in the hallways, hard concrete floors. All right, all this is it's a psychological training, man. All right, this is how Esau gets down, man. But you got it, Doc.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Right, this is why Negroes, Latinos, the Seminole Native American Indians, you don't have a stable bank account. Scripture say, curse shall be thy basket and thy store. Your pocket's empty, your bank account empty, is because why? We worship other gods, man. So now the Lord sent us across the four corners of the planet Earth, and you will see Jake is struggling to survive, man. At this point, we just existing, bro.
Yep.
We not really living life. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about your average Jake 2/3. We living life. We got scriptures. And 2/3 of our people, they're just in a fucking on a hamster wheel, bro. Hey, just doing the same thing constantly. I remember I got off work yesterday, and I went in the living room and talked to the brother, because the spirit was on me. I said, bro, I'm just tired of doing the same shit, bro. It's like you get nowhere, bro. You get nowhere, because you pretty much working just to pay bills, bro. You don't spend the majority of your time is spent either on the car or at work, bro. You just go home and take a shower, sleep, and get up and do it again, man. This is being subject to payments, bro. And eventually, your hamster wheel. Eventually, Esau is gonna require you to pay off your debt by taking that MOTB, man. This is what it's all leading to. If you're tired of paying off your debt, if you're tired of being in a hole, take this MOTB. We'll give you a percentage of $2,000 a month. Instant gratification. Instant payments. You get your money right here, right now. You work, okay, we about to pay you right now. See, this place is madness, bro.
You will own nothing and be happy.
That's right. This book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 13.
Can you go back to Isaiah? You still got the Isaiah 42, Jay?
I get it.
Yeah, because read that again.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It says, but this is a people,
bro. This is a people. You don't see Moab, so-called Chinese or the Ishmaelite being robbed and spoiled, man. They get business loans, man.
Moab has never been in captivity.
Never, bro, unless he was under the Israelites, man. But after that, after they all left under King David's, King Solomon's subjection, guess what? Now they join hand in hand with Esau, so they're reigning over the earth with this man. Okay, go ahead, all right.
It says, but this, Isaiah 42 and 22, but this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Right.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Snared in holes, man. Keep going.
And they are hid in prison houses.
Like the brother said, majority of Jake is in the prisons, man. Okay, and America is known as it's called a prison for a reason, man. Right? Once you leave here, it's hard for you to get out this fucking place. If you try to denounce your American citizenship, if you go anywhere in the world, guess what? You're gonna be taxed to death, bro. You're gonna be taxed until you die, bro. Because for you to denounce your citizenship, they charge you a hell of a lot of money, man. So this place is a fucking prison, bro. You see concrete everywhere, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Look at concrete bricks. You standing on concrete. You don't even see trees around this bitch like that, bro.
The trees is trapped in concrete. That tree can never grow to its full shape because it's trapped around concrete.
I think it's like, if I could make a point, I think that was around the time of who's that we went over? Arnold.
Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, Benedict Arnold. Around that time when he was doing, that's when America started cutting off imports and exports, unless it was for like military reasons, and I think it was also food reasons. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even, if Jake wanted to go about on his own and trying to get exports of herbs or
tax on it.
Yeah, this shit got a tax on it. You probably can't even do it at all, man.
Continuing on, it says they are for a prey and none deliver it.
None deliver it, man. Like you said, these heathens not here to help us, man. See, they actually they consult together. Psalm 83, man. You see, all the nations that's mentioned in that chapter was played part in the downfall and the plight of the Israelite man. Right? Go ahead, Al.
It says, and none saith restore.
None saith restore, bro. And the only one that's gonna restore us is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Because you can't pay off what you did to the Israelites, man. There's no amount of money in the world that you can say, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Here you go. Here go $100 trillion. That ain't enough, bro.
It's not, because the scriptures say how the sins of this place have reached into the heaven. They talk about how you touch the eye, the apple of the Most High's eye. Everything y'all did was to oppress us. It was to destroy us. Like Ezekiel 35:5, y'all had the perpetual hatred. There's no amount of money that you can give us that can make us say, you know what, we even need Saul.
Because your money ain't worth shit.
You just gonna raise the prices on everything.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's right. As soon as he like you say, he like the brother been mentioning, he been mentioning, meddle not with them that are given to change. Esau is gonna. He don't want to see. It said they only consult to cast him down from his excellency, bro. They don't want to see you come up on their level, man. It said Judah shall be in the neck of thy enemies. That's it. Judah is not gonna overcome the Edomites, man. Okay, until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua comes back.
All right. Everybody get this precept real quick. No, that's right there.
This is Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore and displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
And because why? Because ultimately, because why? They're everything. You see, Esau right now is an umbrella. You know, and all the nations are up under it, getting that benefit, that shade. You know what I'm saying? The relief. You got it, huh?
It says, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for it the affliction.
You see, so the Lord was a little bit displeased with us. So what does the Lord do? He puts us in captivity under these nations, and then what happens? Now the nations got a little bit too greedy, man. You know what I'm saying? And they started doing more than what was necessary, man. You know? So now what is it? Now we're on that hamster wheel. You know, now we we're subject to payments. You know, we work and we don't get our, like the brother's going into, we don't get our day's pay. That's right. You know, the money that we deserve. We're not. Man isn't designed to. Even the scripture talk about a daily bread, man. You know?
Yeah.
Esau doesn't give us. We gotta wait a week, 2 weeks in the hole, man. Just for us to get enough money to make it to the next 2 weeks, man. This system is like the brother going into an oppressive system that continually beats you down with a continuous stroke, man. You know? Yeah, that's it on that. Isaiah 42 and verse 23. It says, "Who among you will give ear to this, and who will hearken and hear for the time to come?"
Right.
It says, "Who gave Jacob for his spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, he who against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law."
That's why we in this predicament, man. Because we disobeyed Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. So the only way you're gonna come up out of this financial debt is if you serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's Israel's main problem is financial debt. You see what I'm saying? You know, and being polluted by these ideologies, man. And then who's creating these problems? This so-called white man. He's the one that owns all the central banks in the world, man. He's the one that whose face is on the dollars across the countries, man. It's so-called white man. You're goddamn right. We gonna come out here and blame it on the so-called white man, because he's the parasite of the earth.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel." It says, "And set them."
Hey, if the Lord will yet choose Israel, we even right now, you low level ass niggas. Guess what? In a fucking few months, Lord willing, man. Lord willing, y'all gonna be kings of the earth. The Lord, even though you niggas is smoking and snorting all abominable type of shit, eating all type of abominable shit, the Lord, he's still gonna choose you niggas. You might have gave up on yourself, the Lord ain't give up on you yet. That's what Jake be forgetting about. The Lord, he has a chosen people. He chose us before we was even consumed, before we was in the womb of our mother. The Lord chose our nation.
That's right.
He been put that separation on us. Because Jake really think that they best bet is to join hand in hand with the heathen and let's just be Greeks, let's just be Romans. Max mother told him in the movie, the Lord loved them more. Why? Because they had carnal possessions? No, the Lord gave us the spirit. He gave Esau the blessing of the sword, but he gave us the blessing of the spirit. That blessing will never leave us. That blessing of the sword is going to leave Esau Edom.
Let's get a precept for you.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 4. Chapter 1 and verse 4. "Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." And so basically, the brother just said, the Lord already know who you gonna be before you even come to this earth. And that's why we're standing right here right now. The Lord willing, this was our lot from the foundation of the earth. And that would be a great thing, because that would mean we are the elect, and that we gonna be delivered. And you niggas ain't, because you don't love the Lord. You don't love his ways.
And the scripture says that the faithful were created in the womb. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is preordained, man. This is not of ourselves, man. Hey, everybody's just falling back into the lot in these last days. You know? You got that.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 again. "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave."
And the strangers are the Israelite foreigners. All right, the ones that fell away. All right, that may not have been able to be an instant partaker of like being hand in hand with brothers. Right. But they're far off. They may not be as deep in the trench as we are, but the Lord is going to have mercy on them, man. And those are the ones that you read about in Revelation 7th chapter. You know, those that are of the sand of the sea, standing with, in a pair of white with harps in their palms in their hands, man. You got it right.
Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Hey, and that's you know, ultimately, you know, everybody getting their hands on the wicked, man. All right, in the nations, and they're gonna and servants and handmaids is the King's English for slaves, man. All right, the King's English way of saying slave. So that's the reward for doing what we're doing right now, man. You know, you got that.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
And that goes into Jeremiah what's that? 30, Jeremiah 30 and 16. Those that that prey upon thee, I will give for a prey. You know, hey, that's the role reversal. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. You know, so this is the mindset that we're going into as we're coming into these last days, and the opposite mindset that 2/3 is going to have in the spirit of mirth, right? You got it, right? Well, I had a quick precept because you had made a beautiful point. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, "Feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things." And that's what, you know, what Jake was going into. I don't know if you were talking about Napasha or Ashiar, but, you know, Esau, he does all these things because he knows how important money is. You know, and you need a basic amount of substance to be able to survive, man. In the old days, you know, substance was land, cattle, you know, gold and silver, you know, things like that. But in this society, you gotta hustle just to make an FRN though, man. Without these FRN notes, you're not going to be able to survive. And then when Esau, you know, moves from the physical money into a digital currency, if you don't have that CHIP, then you're going to be ostracized from society also, man. So Esau knows that you need the money, man. You need the work, you know.
I want to back you up. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. What is it? It's a KSB.
Well, if I can say real quick too, because hey, Esau can pay you $50 an hour if you wanted to, man.
Right.
He can pay you $100 an hour if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, but it's specifically designed for you to make around $20, $25 an hour because that gives you just enough. That puts you over, barely puts you over the break of even. You know, so you can save a little bit until you blow a tire out or your engine go out, your roof is fucked up, your basement floods. You know, all the shit the little bit of shit that you were able to save up, now you got to use it, you know, to put back into this beast system, you know?
The average Jake right now, it was about $16, $15 an hour. Now it went up to 18, but the average Jake ain't living by himself. He living with a four bedroom, but it's 8 people in there. So that $18 an hour, that's just keeping the lights on. That's just keeping you afloat. Because everybody got to pitch in. It's not really livable right now.
And that's why Esau don't want you to have more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, you know, the more you have in a household that's working together, the easier it's going to become. So this is why they tell you that you need to be monogamous. You can only have one. You know, and then they put the whole thing, happy wife, happy life. And you know, no woman want to share a man. You know what I'm saying? So this is how Esau formulates the plays on your mind, man. You know, but you got it, right?
This is the book of Sirach. I'm not Sirach, but Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 10 in the CSB. It says, I'm starting at verse 11. It says, "Wisdom is as good as an inheritance and an advantage to those that see the sun, because wisdom is protection as silver is protection." Right? So just back in the brother, I forget exactly how that verse went that you just pulled up, but just Esau knows that that money is protection. He knows, and when you read in the KJV, it says that money is a defense. Right? Esau wants the nation of Israel. He wants the nation of Israel defense to be down 24/7. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hold him back on the chase. That's why you know what I'm saying, putting up on the cost. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately Esau just wants Jacob to be down 24/7, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And that's not that's how you know who is in charge right now. Okay, because the righteous is the elect. Started with the elect men, okay? And the governing body of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's not in power right now. So this is why it says, but when the wicked, go ahead.
When the righteous are in power, they rejoice. You had a couple examples of that. When King David was in power, after King David ruled, you had King Solomon. He had 40 years of peace. When the wicked was in power, you had the war that died Dochi. You had even recently you had World War I, World War II. So that the scriptures are not a liar. It show you when the wicked are in rule, you got fucking trees in jail. The fucking seedling never experienced freedom. You got the redwood trees in California being cut down every day. Grapes don't grow like they used to. But they even said the soil don't have the same nutrients it once had. But yet, when King David was in rulership, grapes was so big, 2 men had to carry it. The world is in war. Okay. Yep. Right.
This says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's all we've been talking about right now. The mourning, the pain and suffering, the lack of substance, being in a state of constantly subject to payments, never having enough, always being broke, always dealing with financial issues, always getting the short end of the stick.
That's right.
You see? Hell yeah, shit.
Depression comes.
Yeah, man.
And then you got spirits, you know, damn, I need to make some money, I'm about to go do some off shit.
Yup.
Hey, and especially when it's in your spirit to be a royal people, man. You know, it's in our spirit to be in rulership, man. It's in our spirit to be prosperous and to be and have substance, man.
That's right.
And this is why this carnal walk is conflicted with our spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Because the flesh what? The flesh wants to make money. The flesh wants to do certain things, man. But in the ancient times, what do? We were satisfied with survival, man. We didn't go over our needs. We wasn't worried about damn my woman keep nagging me about a purse and all that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or the children, or bill collectors call you and shit.
Right.
You know all that. And all of this is conflicting with our spirit, man. Okay? Because ultimately we're a nation of kings and priests.
Right.
But we're in Psalms 82, it says that we are gods, but we were died like men, man. All right, so we're gods in the spirit, but we're men in the flesh, man. And the Lord is going to allow us to allow the spirit to override that, man. You know what I'm saying? As we get here in these last days, man.
Now this is the book of Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 11. This is, there is a crying for wine in the streets.
That wine right there is talking about the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures. Of course, in this time period, it is going to be physical. When all hell breaks loose, niggas is going to want wine and Hennessy and whatever they get their hands on. But spiritually, that's talking about understanding the scriptures. When the storehouses is closed up,
Right.
when ain't no more clubs, ain't no more good times, people going to want to understand the scriptures. You got it.
It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened.
All joy is darkened. Whatever make you happy, it ain't gonna be there no more. Jake could work 50, maybe 60 hours a week, sometimes 80. I didn't work 80 hours a week before one time. And what you need something to balance that out. What you gonna do when that balance ain't there no more? What you gonna do when the liquor store ain't open no more? Your woman ain't there no more. Your PlayStation ain't there no more.
That's right.
Your bed not there no more. You sleeping outside on the hard ass concrete and still going to work and wondering if your check don't hit. What you gonna do in that time period?
All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone. Hey man, I fucking love it. But I had plenty of conversations with older people. They say, man, Christmas don't feel like Christmas no more. We used to have the lights up and shining. Oh nigga, I remember. I might have been 4 years old, but I remember when all the lights was up. I'm fucking happy the lights ain't up no more. I'm happy it ain't 2-bedroom apartments for 500 no more. Because the sooner the Lord get rid of that shit, the sooner we get the kingdom. The mirth of the land is gone. Stop holding on to this place.
That's the spirit. The brother Ashura, he did a lesson on how the music ain't no hits this summer. You know what I'm saying? It ain't popping off this summer. You know, the bars is empty. You know, the clubs is kind of, you know, low. It ain't no hot girl summer. It ain't no, you know, no hot boy summer. All that shit is over. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to bring hell on earth. It ain't Satan. It's going to be Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All the fun is over your barbecues, okay? Your little sleepovers, all that shit, man. All that is over. Wasting money on bullshit, all right? All that is over, and you can feel it, okay? You can see. You got Ephraim running around right here with their flags like, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be so-called Puerto Rican Day or whatever, but guess what? You're celebrating being a byword. That's why the Lord said my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Even that shit ain't the same no more. I remember when back in the day when they used to have those parades, it used to be like all just man. But now, ain't nobody got no money for that, man.
Right. I got a quick one. Say, where was that? Oh, okay. This is book Isaiah to the 24, verse 11. And I got one back. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened.
All joy, meaning your physical and carnal joys. That's not talking about the scriptures. It's talking about what y'all do, all the wine and giving it to Mary. You got niggas going to this fucking bar right here all day long. You know what they doing? They going there to get drunk. That's the only time they feel happiness. You got motherfuckers right past that bridge getting high all day long because your basic life is not good enough no more.
Right.
Niggas used to buy houses so they can have a family. A nigga buy a house now, you gotta get that house to your family in about 3 years. Everything, the basic necessities of life was what once used to be happiness is now sorrow. Your check is not enough. The car you got is consistently breaking down, and it's the spirit of the Lord.
It says, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone. You know, ultimately, the mirth of this land was back when you niggas was being babies fed to alligators, when they had pick a nigga. Not picnics, but pick a nigga. That was the mirth of this land. 1950, 1960, Edomites was living it up. And even towards the 1980s, 1990s, Jake was living it up. Well, nigga, we in the year 2025. Who's living it up right now? Not a goddamn soul. Like I just said, you had the 3 richest men go through divorce. And then, what was that, like 2 years ago? Who's living it up right now? Even the Rothschilds, right now, they stressed out. They wondering what they gonna do. Well, the flood coming, because they know they have but a little time. It's no happiness here left. Ultimately, because the Lord took the happiness from this place.
I got one. To back you up, Bible Kashai, I want to start. The point is in like verse 34, but I want to start up at verse 31. It says, Baruch chapter 4, verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Who is the she? The Avalon.
That's right. It says verse 33. It says, yep, that's the verse right there. It says, verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. Right? Going back to what we just read in Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the mirth shall cease, man. The Lord is going to bring your pride to a low estate, man. It says that, I'm going to read it again. It says, Baruch 4 and verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude. Right? You know, you got Jake about to get together for this Northern Kingdom parade.
Holiday season.
Right, holiday season coming up.
Yeah, you got Christmas,
Black Friday.
Halloween.
How you
Friday,
celebrate Labor Day?
Right. Labor Day.
Shit, you just had the 4th of July pass. They ain't give me Juneteenth off, so what's up with that? that should tell you niggas everything.
It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin, verse 34, it's like it says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. Right? So you ain't gonna have them, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be feeling good at these parties no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You don't feel good and you don't feel friendly at your family barbecues no more. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is bringing all that to a lower state, man.
Somebody grabbed, because iniquity is abound, what is it like? I think it's like that. It's because iniquity is abound, the love of many wax cold. You know, where is that at?
Matthew 24, bro.
Yep. Because that's why I'm not having a good time anymore, because Jake's scared. Everywhere Jake go, it could be a party. You could be going to this local bar right here. Niggas keep going there. I'm gonna keep getting on their ass too. Everywhere you go, you in danger. Nigga, Swiss cheese your ass everywhere you go. Yo, bitch will leave you everywhere you go. Everything that seems like a good time, it's really not. You're in danger because iniquity is abound. When the laws is being kept, which I'm not giving no shout out to these Christians, fuck them, but they was more in tune. They was more based off the Bible, as you would say. Nowadays, niggas is doing as they please. Right. Meaning, the moment you step on my shoe, I'ma kill your ass.
Right.
That's what a nigga mindset is right now. If you step on my new Jordans that I paid $250 for, I'm gonna kill your ass. That's the nigga mindset. As to where maybe about 10, 20 years ago, step on my shoes, I know you ain't mean it, bro. We just dancing, having a good time. The mirth is gone. Niggas don't care about having a good time to a nigga is killing your ass. For real. Even Esau Edom, the police get a kick out of that shit, even more now than ever. Where niggas want to talk about racism and equality, where did the racism go? It never left. Right. Equality never came. You niggas are still in the same neighborhood y'all was once in because iniquity has abound. Like I said earlier, the love is the keeping of the laws, statutes, and the commandments.
That's right.
Y'all not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. There is no love in this world.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Iniquity is sin upon sin. The scriptures say, love thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not steal. These things are being made cool. It's cool to steal from a nigga. But then a nigga feels type of way when somebody steal from him. But wait a second. You think you special? The Lord said don't steal. Why? Because it could happen to you. But Jake not considering that. That's why one day a nigga hitting the lick, the next day he is the lick. Your car, you woke up to go to work, your car missing. But you done stole 6, 7 cars throughout your lifetime. It's your turn on, nigga. The iniquity is abound. There's no love. Which love is not that itchy, gooey feeling in your stomach where you, I just love everybody, man. I love everybody. No, that's not what love is.
But when you go to the word calm, it goes back to the Greek word psycho.
Damn.
So when shit really hit the fan, when the Lord reaches the climax of the scriptures, you're gonna see a lot of psychotic people out here like this man right there yelling, talking about Jehovah God. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot of people acting irate out here, man.
Because this word, man, it rouses up your spirits. Yeah. Especially if you get cut and you really don't know what's going on, but you kind of think you know. All it really is the Lord is condemning you. You know, he's raising up the demons in you and then you get condemned. And so you say things that you know not to say. And so you're going to be judged for that. Just from the words you speak. I got it. This is Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, or the land shall be desolate. Well, basically, when you see a scripture like that and it says, you know, the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, that's your people before your place. So we're in the land of Judah and Jerusalem in the spirit. Why? Because you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, specifically you niggers, you Negroes, okay? I'm gonna just call it like it is. The Lord is letting you know the mirth is about to be, it's gone, really. But he about to make it worse for you. You're not gonna be having no more motherfucking weddings, no more big barbecues, no cookouts, for little Roro's birthday party and shit. All that shit is over. He said the land should be desolate. What does that mean? This shit is all about to be destroyed. Okay? Riding around with your motorcycles, getting ready for the cookout, going like this brother said, going to this bar half naked. Everybody's about to burn up. All this is about to burn up. Your thoughts, your ideas, your just your whole attitude is all about to be gone because you don't have no fear of the Lord. You think this is how it's supposed to be, and it's just off, man. But he let you know what's coming your way. And go ahead, bro.
No, these things are gonna happen all the way up until the coming of Yahushua.
Yup.
Because like the scripture says, can the brother grab Luke 17 real quick, Yahushua? Because just like in the days of Noah and in the days of Lot, you know what I'm saying, they were eating, drinking all the way up until the sun, until the flood came, man. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is gonna be happening, man. Even when the microchip is implemented, man, people are still gonna be in that spirit of mirth. Why? Because they gonna see the downfall of this kingdom, and when that chip comes, it's gonna be a slight reprieve. You know, it's gonna be it's gonna heal my people slightly, like the scripture said. All right, and then that's where, you know, like these apocalyptic movies, everybody all drugged out, partying, having sex with each other. All these things are going to be happening, man. Because why? All these we're going back to the Greek and Roman Empire, man. All of that was happening during the Greek and Roman Empire, man. You know, because why? Because this is the the brother got the grab Revelation 13, guys.
What verse we need?
Verse like 4 or 5. What you have? Yeah, Luke 17. You can grab that real quick. Like 30. Yeah, 28. 27. 20.
Started 26.
Yeah, kind of.
Jehovah God.
Jehovah God. Hey,
This is
that nigga, man. You know, because what? Because hey, he gonna be calling on Jehovah when shit hits the fan, man. You know what I'm saying? And then some Edomites gonna come and murk that nigga, man.
Yeah,
you
turning me into stew.
Why? Because that's Jehovah. Some Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Alex.
This is Luke chapter 17 and verse 26. And it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given into marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark and the flood came.
You see, all the way until the day. All right, so this is why, hey, all of this is gonna still be happening, man. All the into the coming of Yahushua, man. People are still gonna be in the mindset of mirth. All right, you're gonna have some that's gonna see and be sorrowful. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the majority of the people are gonna be in a state of mirth, man. Still, even when shit is hitting the fan, man. You got that?
It says, and destroyed them all. Likewise also, it was the days of Lot.
Read it again.
It says, Luke 17 and 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven.
You see, the same day. All right, so hey, it just like this as in the days of Sodom, like this says the Jews, right? And also in Revelation, hey, this is how it's gonna be here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, but all these things are it's from the wickedness of the Greco-Roman Empire. You get that real quick, Uncle Sean? Verse 13.
This book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, and they worship the dragon, which have power unto the beast.
Oh, starting like verse 2. Third side.
All right, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. It says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Okay, this is going into the ancient Roman Empire. All right, and you had certain vassal states that served and paid tribute to the Romans. And Jerusalem was one of those vassals. Was sort of a when you go into the region of Judea, the Romans were ruling over that, and you had the Herodians that they were set up as overseers of Judea. Okay, by the Roman Empire. All right, okay.
It says, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Okay, because why? Because ultimately the beast system started with the Greek system, man. Okay, and the feet of the bear represents the end of this beast system, and we're coming into that right now. Okay, by the Russians. All right, and it said what? What else?
And it says
it represents the Edomite dominion. You know, it's like you said, starting with the Greeks, with Alexander.
Yep.
You know, eventually,
and the feet of it
is like the brother said, the Russians, who's the leader of the Russians today, the Vladimir Putin, which he has a strong demise. He has a strong feeling of harm to those European Edomites as well as the Americans, man.
Disdain.
Yeah, disdain. That's it. Right.
Right, because the feet represent the end of a thing, which we know the Lord is going to get that third world war popping, and it's going to end off. You know what I'm saying? With ultimately Yahushua, but you're gonna have Magog, Russia, and his alliances go head in hand with Esau and his alliance.
And that's the spirit you said that, bro, because in Daniel the 2nd chapter, like around verse 40, it tells you that the stone that was hewn without hands smote the image in the feet. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that in the feet is the end of is the last captivity, which represents this captivity right here in Babylon the Great, America. All right, but the stone smote the image in his feet, man. Okay, you got it. Daniel 2:42. Go to verse 45. That's fine.
Daniel chapter 2 and verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it breaketh in pieces the iron, and the brass, and the clay, and the silver, and the gold.
You see, because why? Because this image had a head of gold, the breastplate of silver, thighs of iron, legs of brass, legs of iron, and then it's like that's crazy. It's like the water, bro. And then you got that represents the 4 major kingdoms that was to come before the last kingdom, which will have the feet part of iron and part of clay. Okay, and that represents America. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, kind, which basically is America. Yeah, kind. Or the beast system. So yeah.
The brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
So that the feet represent the end of it, represents the end of a thing. All right, so that's why it says in Revelation 13 that this beast had the feet of a bear. You got it, Doug.
It says the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And
because why? Because ultimately that lion represents Great Britain. All right, when you do the history of the Revolutionary War, the modern these Americans had to fight a war to separate themselves from the British rule. As we were doing a little bit of history, we were going into that. You know what I'm saying? You got it, huh?
It says, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Because why? Because at that time, the Roman Empire was a height at the height of the world, man. Okay, it was the world power back then. Right,
because as I said, the dragon gave him his power because the Roman, like you mentioned, the dragon is the ancient Roman Empire. And that's, today consistent in NATO, EU, and America. And you see that these entities have control over the whole entire planet Earth. Well, these nations are going to be the ones that bring in that MOTP system, man. Then you got the nigga Close Five saying we should channel, how China is bringing in a system, which China, they got thousands of surveillance cameras, bro. You can't even, if you jaywalk, bro, your face is on camera, they gonna dock you, they gonna dock your pay. You got something called the social credit system that's going on over there, and that's gonna take place in the NATO, and the EU, and America as well.
Yeah, the owner of PayPal, Peter Thiel, is actually going to spearhead the new social credit system that's coming to America. So just so you know, Jake, this shit is about to get real. So all you E's out there that think you got it good because your credit score like 750 and all that shit's about to end. It's going to be based off your social credit score now. And that's a totally different situation. And once again, meddle not with them giving it a change. Here is, you got a system that was set up so people can so-called grow and get things on credit, which is bullshit. Now they just finna take that shit all the way. It's gonna be off your social credit score. Okay? How you think, what you say, alright? So we ain't gonna have nothing but to depend on the Lord. Cause we ain't gonna be able to deny the Lord because they about to take that shit from us. You see?
Yeah, because years ago, Esau was pushing something called ESG on these companies, which is environmental, social, and I believe it's governance. Like if these companies didn't abide by ESG guidelines, they would pretty much fuck these companies over. So that's just a prelude to what's gonna come to you in modern day, the average American citizen.
Yep.
It's just a test run. You see, if you speak out against these, you got the Project Esther as a spirit. You speak out against these small hats, the people that's over in the Holy Land, that's claiming to be the people of the Bible. They can either dock your, they gonna bring up substantial charges against you, man. It can affect your livelihood, and eventually you're gonna be put to death for speaking out against these people, man.
Back to Revelation chapter 13 in verse 4 now, it says, and they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped the verse. Verse 3. It says, and I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
Why? Because the Eastern Roman Empire fell. That's the Western Roman Empire fell because the Eastern Roman Empire eventually turned into the Byzantine Empire. But this head that was wounded to death is the Roman Empire. All right, and it was prophesied that the Roman Empire would have to be revitalized, man. All right, and that's where the healing of that Roman Empire came about. Keep going, huh?
It says, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
All right.
And all the world wondered after the beast.
Because why? Because ultimately, with the healing ahead, the fullness of the beast was back in the earth again, man. Okay, it had to be removed, like I said in Brother Greg Revelation 20 real quick. That for a period of 1,000 years, they would be pushed into the caves. All right, and then after 1,000 years, they would be let loose for a season, and we're in that season right now.
Yeah, because it started off with the head, the wound being healed. It started off with the Spanish.
Yep.
With Cristobal Colon getting the green light from the King of Aragon and the Queen of Castile, or vice, you can swap them out. But the King, Aragon and Castile, the royalties of those lands, They gave Cristobal Colon, who was a crypto Jew, right? They gave him the green light, and they financed his voyage to find out where the Israelites were, because that's all it was about. It wasn't to find land, you know, it wasn't to discover America. It was to find out where the Israelites were. Because he read Second Esdras' 13th chapter, and he found out that the Israelites were in another land, man. It's even documented in the Jewish Encyclopedia that Cristobal Colon identified America as Second Esdras' 13th chapter. You see what I'm saying? He said these were the 10 tribes of the of the nation of Israel will be at, trying to keep the commandments of Yahweh Shalom Shah. He didn't come over here to discover America, man. He came over here to put you Israelites in captivity.
Because of that perpetual hatred.
That's right.
That's why. See?
Perpetual hatred and prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Prophecy had to happen, man. You know?
He helped fulfill prophecy.
There it is.
All that Yahweh Shalom Shah for Cristobal Colon.
Kind. All the damn devils, man.
Yep.
You bring that out real quick, and then you got it right back out.
They said all things work
For good, yep. To them that love them, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You do nothing against the truth, but
Yep,
for the
yep.
truth.
Yep.
You see, that's something that Jake don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Throughout all the history, all our history is written in the scripture. You know what I'm saying? And through the records, we know how Israel fell and how Israel was redeemed, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we try to put ourselves in that straight and narrow, because we understand like it says in Baruch, the 4th chapter, that O Israel, happy are we for the things that are pleasing to the Heavenly Father made known unto us. You know what I'm saying? And the things that are pleasing is going to allow us to receive salvation, Lord willing. Oh, you got it, all right.
This is Revelations chapter 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
And that bottomless pit represents Europe. Okay? You got it, all right.
And a great chain in his hand. And he...
The chain represents slavery.
Slavery, yeah.
Who was it? Don't go ahead.
It says...
Hey, that angel is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Because why? He's the one that has the power to do all these things, man. All things were created by him and for him. Like it says in Colossians, the 1st chapter. You got that.
It says, Revelations 20 and 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan.
You see, hey man, this goes all the way back to Genesis, the 2nd chapter, man. It's the same spirit that deceived Eve, man. And now it's back on here deceiving the whole world, man. First it started with a couple of people, and now look at the whole world, man. A whole world in fucking suits and ties and shit, man. You know, women don't even wear dresses no more. They look like fucking Edomites, man.
Like men.
Yeah, man. You know, Edomite man. You got it, all right?
It says, Revelations 20 and 2 again. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan.
Hey, see, look, laid hold, man, seize. So they took, man. All right, that's the power of our Lord, man. Okay, overcoming Satan, man. And that's how you know that it's going to be an easy thing when in these last days for Yahweh Shai to protect his man and to deliver us and to destroy this dead God-forsaken place, man. All right. You got it, Doc.
It says, and bound him 1,000 years and cast him into the bottomless pit.
You see, now he was chased into the caves in Europe, man. All right, and that's when the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, ruled for a certain period of time under the guise of Islam. All right, they were going off, but Jake was still ruling them. All right, but not in righteousness.
Because it was Christianity at first.
God, yep.
And then eventually it became Islam, because you had fucking Ishmael.
God.
Coming in with that bullshit, man.
Yeah, God.
The Lord gonna get you Ishmaelites.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Because you right behind Esau.
Hey, most of those torture tactics and slavery were given to Esau by the Arabs, man. Yep. Okay, they went to Ishmael and asked, hey man, how do we make these niggas listen to us, man? Yeah. All right, because don't forget, before the transatlantic slave trade happened, you had the sub-Saharan slave trade, man. Yeah. All right, Ishmael was fucking your woman, right? Raping your boy, raping your sons, right? And then selling them, man. All right? Man, this always happened, man. There it is, bro. There it is.
You had it in 2020 during the pandemic. They was burning oil and pouring it on Jake back. The West Africans, which majority of them is Israelites, they literally enslaving them still to this day, grabbing them off of West Africa and bringing them to the Middle East, and they torture them, taking the candle, burning it, pouring it on their back, torturing it. And we know West Africa is mainly Jake. So you fucking Israelites, you is right behind Esau Edom. After I make Esau pick 500 fucking pounds of fucking cotton, nigga, you better be right behind them. Cause you gotta have to pay for it too.
Cotton is, that ain't gonna be in the coal mine, bro.
Yeah, you right.
They gonna be finding all types of precious stones.
God. Hey, keep going, man.
It says,
You got precept?
No, I still got the Revelation.
Yeah, you got it right back.
he says, Revelation 20:3, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more.
Because why? Because a seal is needed, man.
Right.
And ultimately, the seal in the kingdom of heaven is going to come after 1,000 years. Well, all of them are going to be burnt off the face of the earth, man. Okay, because that's what's needed, man. All right, because you can't have a righteous society with any type of wickedness in it, man. You know?
It says, Revelation 20:3 again, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
You see, and that's how we know who the devil is, man. Because the devil, the word devil just goes back to the word deceiver. Okay, and we know through the actions of Esau Edom how he's been deceiving the people, man. Not only the Israelites, but also the whole entire world, man.
Right.
All right.
He deceived the whole entire world through his, his financial banking infrastructure, his military industrial complex. He deceived the world. Told the world that the Lord is so-called white man. That's the biggest deception on the planet.
Yep. That's blasphemy, bro.
That's blasphemy, right.
That's Revelation 13.
Yeah,
God.
Question. You see yourself on this song? Oh, you might
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. And you know what? Let me read that verse there. It says, I'm going to read verse 3 again, all the way through. Revelation chapter 20:3, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosened a little season.
And see, and that little season just means when you look at that word little season, it goes into a short period of time. And like we was going into a little bit earlier, we're coming on the 250th year of America's rulership, I guess you could say. Yep. From 1776 to 2025, 2026. Yeah, kind.
Because it's the 250th year of the Continental Army, I believe.
Yeah.
The 250th year of being independence is next year.
Okay, kind.
July 4th next year. Or it wasn't. They don't make it.
Yeah. That's about the average time, about 250 years that the Lord allowed. You can brother get Daniel 7, where it says that the Lord the Lord ruleth over the kingdom of man. Yeah, kind.
We got 15.
Kind.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Hamashiach 1,000 years.
See, that's being a joint heir. You know, and ultimately, the elect are going to refuse that mark, man. Refuse the image, refuse the number of his name. All those things, man, are a compilation of Esau's totality, the totality of Esau's system, man, which is the biblical name of the so-called white man, man. Okay, the elect are going to overcome those things, and the elect are going to reign supreme with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years. Like it says in Romans 8, you know, that about being a joint heir with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so this is why we're working to overcome. Jump down real quick, all right? What's that? I mean, if he wasn't listening, he was listening. Hey, it is what it is. Keep going.
Revelations chapters 20 and verse 5. But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
And that's going into the nations. All right, the rest of the dead is not going to live without ultimately have a certain level of autonomy. Okay, until after the 1,000 years are finished. Because why? During those 1,000 years, it's going to be hell, man. It's going to be a whole cleanup crew, man. All right, and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven is going to happen until during those 1,000 years. You got that?
It says, this is the first resurrection.
Jump down to verse 7.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7. And when the 1,000 years expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Gog and Magog together, Gog and Magog to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
So hey, those 1,000 years were accomplished, man. Okay, and then after about the 1400s, in the middle of 1400s, you know, where America was rebirthed out of the Spaniard head, right, to establish America. What happened? You know, that's when they came back into power, man. All right, and now we have it all the way up until now, where now that they have the whole world deceived, man. Okay, and they use the power of the blessing, which was a sword, to do these type of things, man. Yep. You know, I think, is that any more than that? Yeah, that's it. You got it. I'll go back to that, Revelation 13.
God, this book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power to the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto this beast?
Because why? Because ultimately America, well, the scripture called it Babylon, but it says that it was a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. Okay, because ultimately, no matter how hard these nations tried to overthrow Esau was set up for prophecy's sake. All right, and only the Lord is going to be able to bring them down. You got it, huh?
Saying, who is like unto this beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies.
See, they're going to blaspheme, man, out of this man's mouth. Okay, how is he going to blaspheme? Go ahead, huh?
And blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
And that breaks down into and basically 350 years. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. That's when the spirit of life will enter into us when you read Revelation 11. You go ahead, huh?
It says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, and verse 6. It says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
Because and this is all part of the revitalization of the head that was wounded to death. All right, all these things had to happen, man, and this is why they painted over the images, like it says in First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. You know, what's that in Job? He covered the face thereof. Yeah. What's that? Job 9:24. That's the milk. You know what I'm saying? But that's that because why? Because that had to happen in order for him to deceive the whole world, man. Okay, and also to deceive the nation of Israel, man. Because we believe that image. You know that Esau had gave us, man. He was bowing their head and praying to that image. You know? Hey, but not no more though. You got it, all right?
It says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them.
That's all prophecy, man. It was already prophesied for Esau to overcome us. Ultimately, for us to be delivered out of his hand, man. Because it says that if you be found in his hand, and what's that, Numbers? Can brother get that real quick?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? If a man be found in his hand or something like that, but paraphrasing. Because ultimately, we're like the brother. What's that? Kind. Because ultimately, we're still in our captivity. Like it says in the book of Baruch, the 3rd chapter. You know? Keep going on that.
All right, it says, verse 7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Fine, keep going.
It says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
That goes into Revelation 20. You know, back into Revelation 20 about it's a book, and there's 2 books open. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be judged out of the books. You know, hey, this is what we're fighting to have our names in the book of life, man. Even though it's already pre-written, we gotta act those things out. You know, keep going, right?
And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship. Verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Also, this is the patience and the faith of the saints, right? To overcome the system that the Lord allowed Esau to rule over us, man. All right, like it says in the 4th chapter. You know, can the brother get that? We'll close on the man. Basically, waiting patiently, because the one who brought these plagues upon you shall deliver you from the same. Roughly paraphrasing, like Baruch 4 and 28.
All right, verse 28.
Should be like 20 something. The same.
Oh yeah. Verse 29 is the point.
Kind.
Well, man, if you verse the point or verse 28.
What's 28 say?
They say, for as it was your mind to go astray.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, it says, Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
You see, so now our minds are fixated on the pleasing of Yahweh Shemeshai. It says to set your affections on things above, not things below. And with our affection on things above, now we see what the scripture the dark sayings of what the scripture talk about to be aware of, man. The revitalization of the beast system, you know, the mark of the beast, you know, all type of things is going to befall us and try us in these last times, man. You got it, huh?
It says, for he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation.
You see, so the same power that brought these plagues, these trials and stuff upon us is going to be the same one that's going to deliver us from the same, man. All right, so this is why we ain't worried. We're not perplexed. And it's a perplexity. All right, so Lord, this is edifying. We'll turn to the east, give all honor, glory, and different worship to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
We give double honor to our apostles, elders, and bishops, great millstones as well. So that's what we say. Kwame Sharala.
Shalom.
Yeah.